And I just want to thank Tracie Sullivan, who is doing this for us through the Phyllis Ed and Phyllis Davis Wellness Center, through Southampton Hospital. And we'd like to thank them and Tracie and everybody for being able to Zoom in this morning. And without further ado, I'll turn over this morning's meeting to Tracie Sullivan.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stephen. Hello, everybody.
I should mention, if anybody has any questions, you can type them in where it says Q&A, and we'll gladly answer them.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see who's here. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Diane. Hi, Ma. Hi, Marjorie, Mel, Pamela. All my girls are here. Good to see everybody. Welcome to today's session 5 of 6, Fit and Strong, in collaboration with StonyBrook Southampton Hospital and the East Hampton Library. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the East Hampton Library for hosting us for these 6 weeks. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. My name is Tracie Sullivan. I am a cancer exercise specialist. I am a functional aging specialist. I am qualified in youth exercise programming. All 3 specialties have different facets to meet that population that's specific to that group. There are exercise recommendations and needs that are different in each group and category. But for today's purpose, we're here to focus on our exercise programming to stimulate the health and the flow of our lymphatic fluid. So let me just give a brief background really quickly to what I mean. So our bodies are comprised of many systems, as we know. We have our skeletal system, which is our framework of bones and connective tissue. We have our muscular system, helps permit movement to that skeletal framework. We have the neurological system, which transmits signals from the brain to the body to permit and allow all that to happen. The respiratory system, which is our breathing process. The vascular system regulates our blood flow. And that's all part of what we're going to do today and what we do in this program, Fit and Strong. But the focus of this program is our lymphatic system and the major role it plays in supporting the health of our immune system, which is our body's natural defense. So we want to stimulate the lymphatic system to promote that overall health through exercise. So our lymphatic system is comprised of a series of vessels throughout the body. Those vessels connect to lymph nodes. Now, lymph nodes are small glands that are strategically placed throughout the body. Sometimes they're in large groupings, sometimes they're in smaller clusters. In support of the immune system, these lymph nodes, these small glands, contain white blood cells, infection-fighting cells. So the lymphatic fluid, known as lymph, travels through the vessels, and supporting the immune system, it seeks out viruses, infection, cellular waste, cancer cells, and supports the immune system, traps those cells, and transports it to the nearest lymph node. For example, the tissue in the breast, the lymphatics in the breast drain into the armpit to the lymph node region known as the axilla, located in the armpit. So the fluid itself filters through the lymph nodes, but deposits those invaders cells, you would say, into the lymph node and locks it up. It traps it and protects it. Now the body, of course, tries to defend against it. If it's infection or bacteria, the body sometimes can help and fight against that. The unfortunate situation where the lymphatics may be damaged from surgery. In the case of a cancer diagnosis, lymph nodes may be removed. Also, in the case of a cancer diagnosis, the lymphatics may have damage from a radiation treatment, which can damage the tissue. So as that fluid moves through, other surgeries, of course, can damage the system, burns can damage the system. But as that fluid moves through, essentially, if that nearest lymph node is not present, it hits a dead end. The fluid hits a dead end, and the fluid hits a dead end. And the body continues to send fluid to that region, and it hits a dead end. And over time, it can build up and back up. Now, our blood flow through our body has the pump as the heart, excuse me, as a pump to help promote and push the blood flow through the body, supply the body with blood and oxygen. The lymphatic system relies on muscular contraction, okay, the muscle tightening under tension and relaxing, and shortening under tension and lengthening. That pump of the muscle contraction against the vessel helps to push that fluid. So the lymphatic fluid travels in a one-way loop through the body. So at any points in the body, if that damage, with the lymphatics are damaged, that fluid can build up and back up. So we encourage overall stimulation, head and neck, upper extremities, which are arms and hands, lower extremity, which are our legs, feet, and also through the torso, in the midsection of the body. I know, Stephen, if you're still there, do you have that graphic by any chance? I just want to give a visual.
Sure, I could put that up any second.
Thank you. So I want to give a visual to those of you. Obviously, you're in this class, you're here for a reason, and I thank you for that. You took the time to click in and spend time with us. Sometimes the visual aid is helpful as we move through the session today to understand exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it. And that's what makes this program so successful and so exciting for me, because it is essentially a program. It's not just a random exercise class. It's not just a low impact exercise program. This has an educational component, which makes it that program, which makes it so effective. So we'll wait for that visual. We always begin our class with a stimulation, a self-massage technique to stimulate those larger bundles of lymph nodes. So if there is fluid backed up, we can help filter that fluid through and help move it through the body. And as we work on our exercise programming, the muscular contraction will maintain that fluid movements and help it travel through the body and do its good job. So I'm still waiting for that. Does anybody else see that visual? Did it get up yet? No? Okay, we can wait for it. So if you have been prescribed a sleeve, please wear that. Always wear that. In a program like this for exercise, it's prescribed for a purpose. Okay, also, if you become active doing yard work or active spring cleaning in your home, or don't put that garment on, wear that garment. It's to help you. So here, thank you, Stephen. Here's our image of, you can see the human body, and you can see the vessels, how they travel down the side of the neck. Okay, the lymphatics in the face and head drain from the sinus cavity. They drain from behind the eyes. They drain down the side of the neck and the ear canal. And you can see how the vessels come across the shoulder and into that armpit. You see the small bundles there of lymph nodes. They're bean-shaped structures. So look for those bean-shaped structures. One of the areas there in the top of the thigh on each side in the groin, you can see the larger clusters and bundles. And we actually target that region quite a bit with hip hinge, tipping from the waist, with a marching technique or basic walking gait where the leg lifts, and we have that muscular contraction and that compression to help promote that fluid. So everybody just take a quick look. And if you notice also on here, this is the file the hospital created for this program. It has the contact info if you wanted to continue with this program after our 6 weeks are up with the East Hampton Library. If you want to join me at the Southampton StonyBrook Hospital, we host this program twice weekly. So that's the contact info for that. There we go. Yeah, Stephen's highlighting Alyssa's email address right now. So take a moment, write that down, folks. Hopefully we can maybe pass that along at the end of class again if you don't have a pen nearby. But thank you for that, Stephen. I want to return the camera back so we can move on. So as I mentioned, the lymphatics move in a one-way loop. Okay, the fluid travels in a one-way loop when it's a healthy movement pattern. That fluid travels back through the heart, through the midsection of the body to filter and go back on its path and its journey through the body. But when we are seated like this for an extended period of time, the fluid, again, we need that muscular contraction so the fluid can pool somewhat in the torso. Or also, if you are compromised in the midsection from surgical procedures, scarring, that fluid, you may be greatly compromised where that fluid can pool in the midsection. Let's see, we have a question. Let's see who is writing here. Actually, Mel, yes, this is a 6-week series sponsored by StonyBrook Hospital and hosted by the library. Yeah, it's a 6-week series. This is currently week 5 out of 6. We've done it in the past, and hopefully with participants like yourself requesting, we can do it again in the future. Yeah, so I hate to disappoint. The classes are recorded. East Hampton the library will send them to you through email when we're done with our session. Also, they are on the East Hampton Library's YouTube channel, so subscribe to that next time you're online. And you can see the progression as we move through. I like to keep it creative. I like to change it up every week. And if you do want to continue with us, like I mentioned, you can join us at the hospital Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do the same program at 1 o'clock, and it's all through Zoom. So wherever you are globally, you can join us. So let's get back to the programming, shall we? Okay, so let's take our fingers and the fingertips, gently press, not press, but gently touch the surface of the skin. Just give yourself a little hug. Now you can split your fingers any way that's comfortable for your hands. Some in front of the ear, some behind the ear. Now, if you recall from that visual, the lymphatic vessels drain down from the head and neck, head and face down to the side of the neck. So let's have a little stimulation, little circles. Now watch my fingers. There's zero pressure, please. It's really just taking the skin and gliding your fingertips against the skin to create a little bit of a stretch in the surface of the skin. Some of our lymphatics are located very close to the surface of the skin. And again, remember the purpose here is to not press and restrict movement. We want to stimulate and promote movement. And let's take our fingertips, maybe 3 or 4 of them, down the side of the neck and across the collarbone here. So if your lymphatics are damaged in your neck, the fluid can build up in the face and head. So we're encouraging that fluid to drain, a little self-massage across the collarbone, please. Yeah, so spread it out. It's a light glide on the surface of the skin. Yeah, now let's hit the larger bundles in the armpit here. So a little cupping sensation of the palm of your hand and just little pumping, little circular pattern. A lot of movement we do today and in this program involves, you folks keep going, involves a side raise, which is an exercise programming, that's a side raise. In a clinical term, that's abduction in the shoulder joint. So we do a lot of that activity. Let's switch sides. We do a lot of shoulder flexion, which is taking the arm forward. If you have had lymph nodes removed or irradiated in the armpit region, or if you've had surgical procedures across the front of the chest, scar tissue can be tight. That can also restrict movement and muscular contraction, restricting the flow of lymphatic fluid. Yeah. All right, I'm going to stand tall. You guys can stay where you are. Let's target that large bundle of lymph nodes in the crease of the leg. Basically right where, if that basic walking gait, right where that crease is. Again, light circles against the surface of the skin. There's no pressure. It's kind of like a little massage for yourself. It is a massage. And in this direction, we encourage the fluid up, back to the torso. Good. All right, so let's have a deep diaphragmatic breath, okay? A deep belly breath. As I mentioned, and you noticed in the visual, there's large vessels through the center of the body. Now, we want to encourage the breath. As you breathe in, you want to encourage the abdomen to press outwards. Typically, when we breathe, we pull in, we suck in. Typically, when we breathe, we come here in the upper respiratory. We want to focus on that deep respiratory. So any fluid that may be pooling, we can disperse. Any fluid that may be pooling that results in movement, it will drain into the midsection, and we want to essentially have room for that fluid to travel to. Yes, again, we want to avoid backup. So if you're familiar with this breathing process, jump right in. If you're new, come with me, one hand here, one hand low on your belly. Okay, so we want to restrict movement in this hand. As you breathe, the belly hand, the bottom hand should have that movement, okay? So this is more of a sense of a marker just to show the difference if you're breathing here or breathing lower. So without wasting more time, let's breathe in, everybody. Now push your belly into the bottom hand. As you inhale and exhale, release. Let's try it again. So inhaling, pressing the abdomen out, so that six pack, those muscles contract and relax. Again, muscular contraction. Your diaphragm flattens and expands as you breathe. Your lungs also expand and contract as you breathe. So all that movement taking place is helping to press against those vessels, move that fluid. Now this breathing process we do before exercise, you can do this throughout your day. You can do this at night before you turn in for the night. If you find yourself being active during the day, maybe spring cleaning or just some more activity, a pretty spring day, you're walking, breathe a little bit before you go. Help that body create that space for that fluid to travel. Okay, so is anybody request to stay seated today? I do have a chair. I can preview. Most of the exercises we do today, not most, all of the exercises are low impact, which means 1 foot on the floor at all times. What also means no impact. We want to encourage flow, not resistance, okay? We want to have proper shoes, please, a rubber sole, non-slip. We also want the shoelaces snug on the foot, but again, remember, we want to avoid any kind of restriction on the surface of the skin. So tight shoelaces can block that fluid through the foot and lower body. So have your shoelaces snug, but not too tight. And if there's any questions, speak now. Otherwise, I want to move on a little bit here. And I want to just explain one thing about this programming is that the intensity level here today is safe and effective, and it's specific and it has purpose. Our intensity level today will be between that 30 to 40% of heart rate efforts, sustained efforts. The American Heart Association, the American Cancer Association recommends the general population 150 minutes of exercise a week to remain active and remain healthy at a 50 to 70% intensity level. But for special populations, survivors newly diagnosed with cancer, those who are compromised from other medical conditions, comorbidities, that ratio is down to 90 minutes per week. Okay, that's a dramatic difference at a 30 to 40% intensity rate. And that's where we stay in this program. So you're in good hands, okay? But a program like this, if you're coming out of a recent procedure or coming out of treatment, is a great starting point to get strong and sustain strength, and then you can move on into your exercise in the future. So you're in good hands today. Everything I said has purpose. We target the head and neck region. We target the upper body. We target the large muscles in the lower body. In between each component, we have a cardio technique. And the cardio technique today, I'll preview for you, will be this. Excuse me. It's 8 marches on the spot. Now I encourage feet shoulder width. Okay, if we come too narrow, we have a little bit of a hip issue. We have a little bit of a knee alignment issue. We want to stay shoulder width. It's not the prettiest, but it's purpose. We want a stable base, a comfortable base, okay? So we have 8 marches on the spot. I'll step back so you can see my feet. We're going to take the heel to the front and toe. Heel toe twice. It looks like this from the side, folks. It's just a small stride, but you see that ankle bending, flexing, dorsiplantar flexion in the ankle joints. That's helpful to get that calf muscle to activate, okay? Which again, muscular contraction is the focus. Now remember also, there are bundles of lymph nodes behind the knee and in the crease of the elbow. So we'll also activate that pump as we move through. So if you're seated today, I highly recommend you come off the back of the chair, sit tall, please. It's easy we want to maintain good posture. It's easy in a chair to get slouchy. All right, when we're moving, we want to be strong. So everybody sit tall or stand tall. Feet under shoulders if you're standing with me. Kneecaps are forward. Now, if you're seated, knees are shoulder width. Again, like I said, it may not be the prettiest, but we want to have that stable base. And if you are seated, we're on both sit bones, nice and steady, okay? Collarbones, everybody, is directly above your belly button, and your chin is up and relaxed. Everybody's shoulders big roll up, back, and down. We'll get into the exercise programming, shall we? Take your face, please, to the right. Take your eye gaze to the right. And keep your chin lifted about 2-3 inches over your shoulder. Now look back to me. Let's do that again, okay? So we want to avoid twisting in the trunk of the body. The collarbones remain forward. The belly button remains forward. Feel the muscles stretch and react in the neck. Now, opposite shoulder, put a little pressure towards the floor. Help release any kind of tightness or tension we may have. Look back to me. So the spine is back to neutral. Here we go. Bend elbows, 2 big shrugs. Up and down. Rest again. Come again. Shoulders pull up. Inhaling and press down. That's right. Let's go to the left side. So turn your face to the left. Opposite shoulder towards the floor. Now the chin, I'm going to get close to you so you see the chin is over the shoulder but not connected. We want to have that room to breathe. Take that moment for the muscles to relax and stretch out. Look forward to me. Spine to neutral. We go round 2. And hopefully on round 2, you might notice a different sensation in the stretch. May not be as tight. And that's kind of the point. Come back forward. 2 big shrugs, please. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, so our first cardio component is coming. 8 marches and heel toe twice, right side, left side. Okay, so shall we do it together? Let's right foot lead. 8 and 7. And if you're in the chair, please sit up tall. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. So right heel, right toe 2 times. And switch if you're standing, and switch if you're seated. That's all it is, kids. 8 marches, once again. Now look at my hands, they're relaxed. And 4 and 3, pump the arms if you want. Okay, heel toe, twice. And then shift your weight if you're standing. If you're seated, stay balanced. Good, 2 more rounds, please. 8 and 7, so lift your chin. And 5, and smile, it's okay. We can have fun when we work. Here we go, heel toe. Involves a little bit of coordination. Right side of the brain, left side of the brain. One more time through, okay? And 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Heel toe. And switch, heel toe. So we're getting that little bit of that knee bend, a little bit of that stimulation behind the knee joints. Good job. Upper extremity lymph drainage technique. Okay, I'll preview. Here we go. We're going to stand tall, sit tall. Hands come to the right. Palms are up. But look at my elbows. See how they're lifted? Much like you would tango. Okay, left elbow pulls wide to archer, like you're going to pull a bow and arrow. Reset that hand. Arms open wide. Give me a big roll here. Up, back, and down. Shoulder level. Hands come up. Touch the back of your head. Hands come up and relax on down. How do we go with that? Let's go to the left side. I'm going to step to the side a little bit. So come shoulder level. Elbow in front is lifted. One arm long, one arm bent. Palms are up. Pull that right elbow to archer. Reset that elbow. Now we open the arms wide. That's the way. Big roll. Big breath in. Extended mountain pose. Relax here. Shoulders are down. Back of the neck. Touch the back of your head. Come back up and relax on down. Let's do one more each side, okay? So come to the right. It's like a pendulum swing. Palms up. Pull to archer. So one side pulls. If you had surgery across the front of your chest, you may notice one side is tighter than the other. Never force a stretch. Big roll. Just to help release. Now come on in. Big breath in. Bend the elbows. Fingertips fall to the back of the head. Come back up. Again, there's that elbow pump. Here's that axilla pump. Good. Come on to the left. Palms are up. Pull to archer. Stretch that one side of that chest gently, of course. Opening wide. Big roll. Palms are up. That's it. And then we come up here. Now lift out of your waist. Lift all the way. Fingertips to the ceiling. Bend the elbows. Get that elbow pump. Open wide. Come on down. Good job. Good job. Shake it out. Loosen it up. Second cardio component. Left foot will lead. March on the spot, please. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. Now don't bang your feet, okay? Be careful how you land. Heel toe, remember? Heel toe 2 times. Switching sides, heel toe. So we're also in that little bit of that groin right here with the march or the basic walking gait. Heel toe left side. When you drop the heel, pull the toe up strong. I'll step back so you can see toe, heel toe. Good, 2 more rounds, please. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4. Now land quiet, okay? No impact allowed, heel toe. And negotiate, weight shift. 1 more time through, 1 more time, 8 and 7 and 6. You stay forward, I'll go side on so you can see, okay? 2 and 1, here we go, heel and toe, heel and toe, switching sides. Beautiful. Okay, let's hit the lower body. Check in with the breathing first, check in, slightly winded. We're preparing the body for the work, getting the heart to pump slightly, getting the muscles to contract slightly. Okay, so let's hit the lower body, please. The lower body today, we have some ankle rolls, and then we have a little component where I'd like to take the fingertips here and tap the knees. Okay, now if you're seated, same concept, just lift your knee off the floor and we tap. Nice and light, okay? So let's take, if you're seated, off the back of the chair, if you're with me, stand tall, toe down, roll the ankle. Now if you chose your right foot like I did, you roll to the right. If you chose your left foot, let's do 3 or 4 of them. Roll the shoelaces. But imagine my skeletal system. What's happening right here in my hip socket? Where were those large bundles of lymph nodes, remember? Yes. A deep internal rotation. That's it. Stimulating those lymph nodes, those large bundles. Well done, well done. Okay, so everybody, standing tall, hands on your hips. Seated tall, hands on your hips. Take 1 shoelace forward, 1 heel lifts. Looks like this on the side. Little pony, and switch, and switch, and switch. Let's do 4 of them. So the knee comes forward, the shoelaces come forward. Good, okay. Everybody, fingertips to temples. So lift 1 knee off the floor, tap the top of it. Switch sides, tap it. 4 ponies, left side lead, 4 and 3. So a little deeper knee bend here, 2 and 1. Good. Both heels down. Set the arms. Little tap. Little tap. Good. Right side lead. 4 and 3. Shoulders are soft and chin is up, please. And 1. Good. Set the fingertips. Both heels down. Here's profile from the side. Look at that deep knee bend. Beautiful. Left side lead, last round. Lift and switch. Now, if you have confidence in yourself and you have confidence in your balance, you can take your hands off your hips. Good. All right. Set the fingertips. Little tap, little tap. 1 more round of cardio to finish. This is the warm-up, okay? So right side, 2 sets. Here we go. 8 marches, then 7, then 6. You smile. It's okay. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Heel toe, heel toe. Twice, heel toe, sorry. That's the way. Right side, 8 and 7 and 6. Now this is our 3rd round of cardio movement here. Heel toe, so you may notice a little bit more breathy in sensation. It's kind of the point. All right, let's switch it to the left side. Go and go and go. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Heel toe. Nice and easy. A weight shift that involves hip stability. We want healthy hips, yes? 8 and 7. Last round. And 5 and 4 and 3. Chin is up, kids. Heel toe, heel toe. And breathe. Switching sides, weight shift. Basic moves. Yeah, good job, everybody. Good job. Checking in. If you have water nearby, I highly recommend it. Grab some. So when we move our shoulder joints and we move our upper limbs, okay, This is a forward raise in the exercise program. This is a forward raise. You can call it a front raise. In a clinical term, this is a shoulder flexion in the shoulder sockets. You can hit the trunk of the body, the slow twitch muscle fibers that keep our posture upright, simply by moving the limbs away from the center of the body, the center of gravity, okay? And we use that. It helps to promote strength. It helps to promote strength in the upper back, the aging process, cold weather, computer use. We tend to come here and round and round and round out. And in the case if you did have surgery across the front of your chest, that tightness from scarring can also promote this posture. We want to always encourage standing tall, strengthening the back, opening the front. Okay, so taking the limbs here is a move we do quite often. You'll notice how the muscles engage in your back as we move through. You'll feel it first, you'll feel it up in the upper back. And when those muscles find failure, fatigue, become tired, you'll notice the muscles in the lower back engage to help assist. Okay, that's how the body helps itself. So today what we're going to do, we previewed earlier, we have the arms come shoulder level. And I want to encourage that palm flip. That's a supination, and the muscles in the forearm contracting, and the base of the bicep muscle helps to that movement, okay? And we want to try and keep it lifted here. It's almost like I said, like that tango, like we're going to dance. Now the archer technique is simply pulling that arm wide. All right, here's profile. Pulling that elbow wide. Okay, just to encourage that strength, promote that scapular retraction on that one side, okay? While the weight of the arms, the shoulder muscles are activated, holding the weight of the arms. We have one pull. We will come back wide like we did. Every time we come wide, we add another arm circle, okay? Then we'll take a big breath up, overhead. And we have the overhead tricep extension. It looks like this from the profile. Touch the back of your neck, the back of your shoulders, the back of your head, whatever your shoulders and elbows allow. Okay, so we add one arm circle, we add one overhead tricep extension. All right, we'll go to 4. Seated is the same posture, just sit tall. Standing with me, as I mentioned, you'll notice that lower back engage a little bit more. If you're seated, you have the support of the chair to hold you up. So if you're standing, you may notice the lower back more than if you are seated. Also, at repetition 4, I will come in and check with you. And if you're cool and groovy, we'll do rep 5. And if you're still cool and groovy, we'll go to rep 6. I highly encourage you, if you feel this happening, tightness, sit it out when that happens, okay? Your body's telling you that's my limit. Every day is different. Sometimes we can tolerate 4 repetitions. Sometimes we can tolerate 8. If your body wants to tolerate 4 today, listen to it. It's talking to you. Shall we? All right. Let's do it, everybody. Collarbone directly over belly button. So we stand nice and tall. Swing to the right. Elbow forward. Palms up. Archer. Pull. Good. Reset. Now open wide. Palms are up. Roll once. And then come right here, back up, all the way up to the top. Inhale, bend the elbows. Open the elbows and land. That was set 1. How did we go? All right, come again. Sweep to the left. Pull. Reset. Open the arms. Give me 1 big roll. Good. Now right here, take the arms up. Fingertips meet overhead, possibly. Chin is up, shoulders are down. Bend the elbows, get that elbow pump in that crease. Get those lymphatics. Good, so we're targeting the muscles, contraction in the forearm. Back to the right. Targeting across the chest. Good, opening wide. 2 rolls here, once. How big are your rolls? Whatever you choose. That's the way, finish your roll, then breathe in. Now right here, lift, lift, lift out of your waist. Now give me 2 right here. Overhead tricep extensions. Good. The bicep muscle, we may be familiar with, it's in the front of the arm. Sweeping to the left, palms are up. Hold to archer like you're pulling a bow and arrow. How far will your bow shoot? Yeah, come on here. Give me 3 rolls. I mean 2 here. That's the way. All right, come on up. 2 overhead extensions right here. Once and twice. Good, come on down. To the right, we have archer. Pull. Reset. Open. Good. Give me 3 rolls here. Bend the elbows. 3 and 2. Feel that range of motion in the shoulder joints. Good. All right, take the arms overhead. So here we come overhead with the benefit of gravity. 3 here. Maybe your hands meet, maybe they don't. It looks like this on the side, everybody. Okay, come on down. Good, let's come to the left side. Maybe you start to notice that warming sensation across the upper back, like I mentioned. Maybe you start to notice that in the shoulders. Give me 3 rolls. Left side lead. That's it. Maybe you want to make them small. Look at my shoulders, everybody. See how they're lower? They're not up near my earlobes. No shrugging. Give me 3 overhead tricep extensions. So I mentioned before the bicep, its job, it has one job. It closes your elbow right there. And then the back of the arm, the tricep, opens the elbow. We doing okay? Here comes rep 4. I'm checking in. Be honest with yourself. Here we go. Set your posture like a good dance. Pull to archer. Reset. Opening. Give me 4 rolls right here. 4 and 3. Chin is up. Shoulders are down, okay? Please, shoulders are relaxed. The weight of the arms is activating that muscle in the shoulder. Now we have 4 overhead tricep extensions. Nice and easy, control. Look at my elbows. I'm hugging my face. Can you do the same? Try it. Yeah. All right, everybody, come on down. Take a break in between. Yeah, so that warming sensation in the shoulder muscle, we're to the left. Pulling, opening that chest, specifically on one side. That elbow bending on purpose. Now imagine the axilla right here. How much stimulation are we getting here in that armpit? That's the way. And here's rep 4. We're going to take it overhead, breathing in 4 elbow bends. I want to avoid this, guys. See my elbows? Get them in tight. Nice and tight. Hug your face. Hug your face. When's the last time you hugged yourself? Right there, you just did. Good job. Shake it out. Relax. Okay? Uncomfortable may be the sensation we're feeling. That's perfectly fine. The muscles are complaining. They're working. Okay? Tightness, tension, pinching, tingling sensation in our necks. We stop. If you're with me, let's hit rep 5. Come on in. Breathing. Beautiful. Opening. That's it. 5 rolls. 5. Now, if you want less, you can bend the elbows more. Take some of the weights out. That's the way. Now, notice the lower back engage on these higher reps. Do you feel that if you're standing? Yeah. Me too. Come on in. Breathing in. 5. Bend the elbow, open the elbow. Bend the elbow, open the elbow. Hug your face. Lift your belly in. Lift your chin up. And relax your shoulders. You have to think about it to make it happen. That's how the body works. Come on down. All right, we're going to finish on the left side here, rep 5. Come on in, shall we dance? Open wide. Good, reset it. Opening, here comes 5 rolls. I'm bending my elbows a little bit more at this rep, so maybe you'll follow along if in case it's becoming heavy. But if you can manage, go long with the arms. It's like a lever. The longer the arms are, the heavier they are. Here we go. Shoulders down, please. Think about it. 5 and 4. Lift your belly in. And 3. If you're standing, weight is distributed between 2 heels. Pull your weight into your heels. And 5. And take a break. Checking. Are you joining me for rep 6? Let's do it, everybody. Come on in. You know where to go. Stretch. Reset. Come on wide. abduction circles. This is how much range of motion your shoulder socket, a healthy shoulder socket should have range of motion of 360 degrees in circumduction. That's this posture right here. Here comes rep 5. Shoulders are soft, shoulders are soft. Come on in, breathing in. 6. Release the hands at the top. 5, no tightness. Come on. 4, breathing. 3, you feel the warmth in the back of the arm. That's your tricep muscle. It's working hard to open that elbow. Come on down. And now again, like I mentioned earlier, you may notice the muscles in the back supporting your torso and the trunk of your body to remain upright. Come on in, those slow twitch fibers. They work hard for you every day. Stretch to archer, reset. That's the way. Come on. 3. It just occurred to me, I lost count. 4. And 5. Let's do 6 here, folks. Let's do 6. Hands are soft. Okay, finish overhead. Here we come. 6. And 5. Elbows are tight, please. Avoid them going wide. 4. Chin is up as always. 3. Breathe as always. 2. This is a big set, everybody. You can do it, because guess what? We did it. Yeah, we did it. Roll it out, loosen it up. Okay, questions? If you do have lymphedema or swelling, fluid buildup in the hand, forearm, you may have noticed the longer in duration that we went through the set, the heavier it became, the more you had to build strength to support simply the weight of your arm in those postures. That's why I love sets that build as we move through. Perhaps you did notice the different activation in the muscles in the back, contracting, keeping your body upright. Good job. Cheers, kids. Good job. That was a big one. Okay, let's move into lower extremity lymph drainage technique. Okay, again, specific purpose to have a hip hinge, to target the groin, the lymph nodes in the groin, to target the knee bend, the lymph nodes that are located behind the knee. Okay, and again, to encourage that fluid to push through that loop and encourage any other blockage in that path to move along. Okay, here we come. So we have earlier we did the alternating heel lift, the pony, right? The pony posture. I'd like to now, if we can manage, and if you're seated, you can still play along with us. Let's do a double heel lift. 2 heels lift off the floor together. It encourages that knee bend. It encourages that calf muscular contraction that we want in this program. I know I say it quite a bit, but it's what we need. So we have a double heel lift. And every time we hit the heel lift, we'll add 1 repetition as we move through, okay? And then we have the fingertips to temple. Remember this posture? We did it in a knee tap, okay? Seated, folks, if you're with me, I'll preview seated here, okay? We're off the back of the chair, so we're sitting up tall. It's a double heel lift. Fingertips to temple, tap the knee, just like this, okay? Standing posture, just tap the knee. Look at my knee lift with my fingertips here. See my knee lift? If you choose and you are able to sustain and tolerate more, you can come arms overhead. Now look at the difference when the arms are overhead, it encourages that knee lift to a higher position as opposed to here. Okay, so the knee lift, the height in which you lift your knee, depending on your stability, your ankle strength, and your core stability for balance, okay, you determine what works best for you and your body, okay? And don't be afraid ever to just come to the low option. If you go high for the first 3 reps, come down to the low option. We don't judge, okay? We do what we can. And like I said, we do it together, so shall we? All right, standing tall. Everybody, if you're standing, hands on the hips. If you're seated, come off the back of the chair. 1 heel lift. Shift the weight to the balls of the feet and down. Set the hands. One knee lift. Good. Come here, 2 heel lifts. Once. Looks like this from the side, folks. It's not a very large move. Twice. 2 knees. Once. And twice. We add to it as we move through. Shall we? Here comes repetition 3. Shift to the balls of the feet. Land on your heels. The movement in your body is straight up and down. And if you're with me and you want it more, we come here. 3. And 2. Now look where I land my foot. It's shoulder width. Okay. 1. Good. Here comes repetition 4. So double heel lift. 4. The movement again is about, the lift is maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. 3. Take your time, land before you move again. And 4. And maybe on this repetition, you want to keep the arms just about the level of your shoulder. And 3. Now, if you're seated or standing, when you lift your knee, pull your belly in. 2. Yeah. And 1. And 1. Are we okay? This is my check-in point. All right, if you're with me, let's do 5. 5. And 4. See the movement, how small it is? It's a very limited range here. But land on your heels before you go again. 2, and here comes 1 more. Maybe take the bent elbow option. 5. And switch. And 4. And switch. Good. And 3. Chin is up. And if you want more, 2. And 1. It's entirely up to you and your shoulders by now. Here comes 6 and our last repetition, shall we? 6. And 5. So imagine that, your calf muscles, the base of your leg, lifting your entire body weight against gravity. 3. And 2. Now notice the breath. We're not jumping around promoting impact. We're just targeting the body. 6. Effectively. 5. If you're breathing, slightly winded. 4. That's that muscular contraction requiring that blood flow, that oxygen. 2. Staying in that 30-40% of intensity. And 1. And done. And done. Yes. Back to the breathy state, yes? Breathy, comfortable, sustainable. There are different take a moment here. If you're seated, you can slouch back on your chair. You deserve it. If you're standing and you have a chair nearby, take a seat. It's okay. If you have water, please grab it while I chat you up just a little bit. Okay, I want to explain the different levels of how you see improvements in strength. Okay. Improvements in strength can present itself in many ways, in many forms. You may notice that you're able to walk a little bit further one afternoon. Maybe you go out for a Sunday stroll, and maybe you always give yourself 20 minutes. That's a 10 minutes out, 10 minutes back. Maybe one day you notice, oh, look at that. I'm 15 minutes out. I'm okay with this. 15 minutes back. So you build up that tolerance. You notice that difference, that moment. I like to call it the aha moment, where it connects that there was an improvement. And the next layer of building strength, becoming stronger, overall strength, is you are able to sustain that new level for a longer period of time. Okay, so you can sustain that for a longer period of time. So that becomes very familiar to the body and very comfortable to the body and tolerable to the body. And then, of course, the third layer of strength awareness, improvement in strength awareness, is how quickly your body can settle back down to a place much like we are now. Okay, the ability for your body to achieve effort, sustain effort, and recover safely from that effort is the biggest form and the most successful form of building strength. I did see a Q&A pop up. Hold on for a minute while I check it. Oh, Diane asks if we can put the email link for the hospital for Alyssa. She's the young girl at the desk. She's fantastic. We'll put that up at the end, okay? But I want to just check in with everybody. Speak up here if you need more time. If you're noticing that still not settling down, the body's still in that effort phase. Okay. Some days that's the hardest. Sometimes that's the hardest part, is having the body come back to a comfortable place, a stable place. If you are feeling that, I call it fire breathing dragon. If you're in that place, I need to know. And that's why I'm here. It's not right, it's not wrong. It's just your body saying, I'm not ready to slow down yet. I'm still actively working. And we need to know about that. Okay. If you're with me, let's do a little bit of a unwinding, so to speak. So if you are still, oh, here's the screen. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, everybody, if you can grab that, grab a pen or take a screenshot, even if you're on an iPad or a tablet or a phone. Southampton Hospital, Southampton StonyBrook Hospital. Her name is Alyssa, ALYSSA .Christensen, CHRISTENSEN, Alyssa.Christensen at StonyBrook Southampton Hospital. And StonyBrook Southampton Hospital, you can see the logo along the bottom edge of that image directly above the red line. That gives you the proper spelling, okay? Southampton has one H, FYI, all right? Or, and
Just use that StonyBrook Medicine.
StonyBrook Medicine, that's, okay, yeah, my apologies. Okay, either email actually will reach her, but if they promoted StonyBrook Medicine, then let's use that link. I think they want to trace the activity from this class. So let's use that link, StonyBrookMedicine.edu. Yeah. And as I mentioned, if you just were to physically call the hospital directly and ask for the wellness department, the wellness center, they have a series of programs. We have Fit and Strong, which is the program we just completed. There is a Yoga for Cancer program, which is fantastic. There's Strength Through Song. They have singing programs. There a series of Parkinson's related programming for incorporating painting and boxing. So they offer, there's quite a bit they offer. It's all through Zoom formats, and hopefully it can, the time can work for your scheduling, and I'd love to see you further on. But
it's coming up in the springtime. I just want to make mention that in conjunction with the hospital, we're working on Qigong for cancer survivors, and that'll be a Zoom sometime in April. So stand by. That'll be coming out soon on that.
Yeah, that's exciting. I love that. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, folks, keep your eyes peeled for that. That would be a tremendous program to participate in. All right, I think that's, I want to take time here. I want to make sure everybody gets the content, but let's loosen up everything, okay, and relax. And we always need to finish our programming with that belly breathing to encourage that flow. Again, like all that movement we did, we helped stimulate flushing the extremities, the limbs, okay? The head turns help stimulate and drain that fluid back to the torso. So let's flush it so it continues on its path, okay? So everybody, if you're seated or standing with me, just a little ankle roll once again, just to loosen up that joint. We do ankle rolls in the beginning of the class to prep the body, and we do it at the end of class to reward the body. That's it. Nicely down. Let's just roll our wrist, everybody. That's it. And let's do some shoulder rolls, because we did have our arms wide and we had our arms overhead quite a bit today. And sometimes when we build that tension in the muscle, we need to release it slightly more. So a big shoulder roll right here will really encourage that to loosen up and relax. So let's just take our face to the right side, just to relax the side of the neck. Coming forward. I thank you, every one of you, for clicking in today. My mom was here with us today. That was a nice surprise. I didn't know she was joining us. So let's finish with our breath, shall we? One hand to the chest, or if we are more comfortable, let's take both hands to our lower abdomen, breathing in, pushing into the hand, breathing out. Let's do 2 or 3 together. And I'd like to remind you to take this opportunity to check in with that breathing process. If you're smooth on the inhale and smooth on the relaxation on the exhale, you've recovered. Okay, the heart rate has recovered, your blood pressure may be closer to normal. Yeah, let's do one more together, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. This was a fantastic class. That was a big program. You guys are rock stars. Yeah, every one of you. Thank you, everybody. There's one more question here. Let's just read that really quick. Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you, Ludi. Thank you. X's and O's to you too. And yeah, email. Oh, they're asking about, Stephen, you probably can see it. They're asking about the other programs for the spring. Yeah. All right, everybody.
We'll advertise that as soon as we get the information.
Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Please stay hydrated. Enjoy your day. Stay well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.